Personally, I think the idea of things staying the same forever is quite beautiful. But alas, that is simply not the way the world works.
Итак, всем привет, дорогие друзья, с вами Зилан. Продолжаю играть в Genshin, проходить сюжетку. В общем, в прошлый раз мы остановились на боссе, мы его прошли. Вот, точнее, я его прошел. Продолжаем дальше сюжетку проходить. Так, нам нужно найти Джунли. Вот. Спасибо всем, кто зашел на стрим. Скажите, как у вас дела? Как вообще в целом? Прошла пятница. Какие планы на выходные у вас?
Most humans could have the entirety of their fleeting lives chronicled in but a few short lines. Their stories really make for terribly dull reading.
Is there anything I can do for you two? I'm afraid that Wangsheng Funeral Parlor isn't in the best state to receive guests.
We've come to see Zhongli. Could you please tell him we're here?
Unfortunately, Zhongli isn't here at the moment. It seems he went to Northland Bank.
Doesn't the Northland Bank belong to the Fatui? Last time we saw Zhongli was before we went to the Golden House. Do you think he doesn't know about the attack on Liyue? We had better go and make sure that everything is okay.
Thank you so very much, lady.
Feel free to take a look around.
You call this cooperation between Harbingers? Cooperation involves communication, you know.
Don't take it to heart, child. Besides, aren't you happy that you got to skip the formalities? And oh, it seems that some of your friends have arrived.
Hey, it's Zhongli and Child. And you!
It's you two. I believe we've met once before. Right. I imagine that it must have been rather hard to forget.
No, don't let her get to you. You've yet to gather the powers of all 7 elements. And our last battle at the Golden House was almost... So it might be best to keep things peaceful this time, seeing that 2 of the Harbingers are
Ну да,
here.
Пайман права.
Well, if it isn't you two. This is our first time seeing each other since Liyue was nearly wiped off the map. This is certainly a bit awkward, wouldn't you say?
Секунду, ребят. Секунду.
Paimon knew that we should never have trusted a Fatui Harbinger.
Oh, now don't say that. Sure, I may have misled you, but I never had anything against you personally. Besides, I thought we were getting along quite well together, didn't you? Nothing personal. We just have different views, that's all. The real deceivers here are Senora and Zhongli. So actually, I think...
Stop wasting time, child. There'll be plenty of time to chat once I'm through here. You remember the agreement, Morax. Now, if you would be...
What in the world are you talking about?
The contract is fulfilled. That which thou seeketh is now bestowed unto thee. For my promise is solid as stone.
Бешкуренко, привет, привет, рад тебя видеть на стриме. Если ты новенький, подпишись на канал и поставь палец вверх, поддержи стрим и канал. Спасибо большое. Спасибо, что зашел на стрим, приятного тебе просмотра. Расскажи, Бешкуренко, как у тебя проходит пятница и какие планы на выходные?
What? So you're the Lord of Chiel? No, wait. That's an exciting twist and all, but why give the Gnosis to the Fatui?
I do not give it for free. I give it as agreed upon in the contract. For it...
Yeah, you don't think you went a little bit too far with that whole fake death thing? Everyone was preparing the ceremony for you, and splat! This big dragon falls out of the sky, and all of Lyric goes into an uproar. Talk about a disaster.
Gathering all the forces that
Кстати,
have been
напишите,
bubbling
пожалуйста, как со
behind the
звуком.
scenes,
Нормально
and
ли
then
меня
stirring
слышно?
them together in a pot that was bound to boil over. That's what he wanted to see. Am I
Бешкуренко, это
right?
отлично.
Wait, what?
Perhaps it's best
Это
that I
хорошо.
explain. As you know, I've dwelt upon this world for more than 6,000 years. It is now 3,700 years ago that I founded Liyue, together with the
У
Adepti.
нас вот на Урале холода.
Even boulders that can
Минус
withstand
32,
whirlpools
ощущение
will
минус
erode with the
38 на
passing of
улице.
time.
Вообще ужасно.
I kept convincing myself
На улице просто
that
сложно
cracks had
ходить.
not begun to form,
Жесть.
and that the end of my time had not yet come.
Ну
Till
хорошо,
one
хорошо.
drizzly day,
Тогда ладно. Если
as
отлично
I was
слышно, тогда
strolling
хорошо.
along the harbor, I heard a merchant tell one of his workers, "You finished your duties. Go ahead and call it a day." I stood motionless among the
Рассказывать
crowds,
свою историю
asking
какую-то или
myself,
другую.
have I already finished my duties?
Oh, Zhongli.
But as I began to consider relinquishing my divine role, I soon discovered that many reasons still remained to not hastily depart. Was Liyue, the city I had dwelt in for so long, already prepared to enter its next age? I decided that a test was needed in order to reveal the answer. So I feigned my own death, and gathered the cast of Child, the Adepti, and the Liyue Qixing to play their roles together on the stage that was Liyue.
Фига себе, многоходовочка. Снова с своими анекдотами. Аня вышла замуж за механика рвешь шестерневых. Еще, знаешь, барабанной дроби не хватает. Сорян, что на транспорт ждала. Отогревающие мероприятия проводились. Ну да, на улице очень холодно, это понятно. Минус 38. Ну, показываю, что минус 32, минус 33, но мне кажется минус 38, потому что ну, невозможно на улице находиться нормально вообще. Да, джунглей многоходовочку ты, конечно, сделал. Спектакль устроил. Молодец.
Indeed I was. The gnosis, which I had kept for so many years, suddenly seemed to have lost its meaning. That's right. Which is why I continued to safeguard the gnosis
Как всех
until
переиграл,
now.
уничтожил.
So you mean that if the chaos ever reached the point of no return, you would simply appear and use your divine powers to bring Liyue back under control?
Of course, and it would have been all too easy for him too. Just as a child quickly matures after losing their parents, so has Liyue matured when faced with the death of its deity.
In the end,
Ребят, спасибо за
the
лайки.
resolution to all that
Очень
has
приятно.
transpired was even more satisfactory than I
Спасибо
could have hoped
большое.
for. Take the Adepti, for instance. Owing to their years of seclusion, they were the least informed. Yet when faced with a crisis, they commendably showed the greatest amount of restraint possible. Not only did they manage to cooperate with the Qixing, but in the end, they even made efforts to understand the hearts of the people. Credit is also due to Signora, the emissary dispatched by the Cryo-Archon to fulfill our contract. At my request, she kept everything she knew in strict confidence. This despite the eavesdropping ears of her colleague, Child. This meant I could remain as Zhongli, even having the chance to fulfill the age-old traditions of Liyue in this mortal form. Thank you for joining me on this journey,
Ну
traveler.
значит хорошо.
All of these things turned out as I had planned. There is only one thing that I had not anticipated, and that was the conduct of the Liyue Qixing. I had expected them to do no more than the Adepti, to come to the defense of Liyue. But when all was said and done, they seized the opportunity to supplant Liyue's divine protectors, and used the subsequent power vacuum left by my death to quickly gain complete control of Liyue.
Huh? That doesn't sound good at all.
On the contrary, I think it is excellent. I had always feared that it was too soon for them to take over from me. And it was also that which I longed for the most. As such, this is the best parting gift anyone could have given this god of old.
Hey, what about me? Doesn't anyone feel the least bit of remorse for deceiving me? You've practically kept me in the dark.
I think that thanks would be more appropriate. You certainly played no small part in all of this, wreaking havoc and turning the city upside down. The Lord of Geo ought to thank you for your performance, if anything. If you hadn't created the pressure of a battle between mortals, Adepti, and a god, the lump of coal resting in the hands of the Geo-Archon, Liyue, would never have been able to become a dazzling diamond of a city.
Huh? Just whose side are you on, mocking me like that? Are you itching for a fight?
Ну, понятное дело, что сеньора это предательница, и тут как бы и комментировать не нужно.
Be that as it may, you've come out of this as the hero of Liyue. I, on the other hand, will be forever prescribed as a disturber of the peace, no?
Well then, with the Gnosis in my possession, I have no use for such idle chatter. We should return to Zapoljarny Palace and seek an audience with Her Majesty, the Tsaritsa. Come, child.
Ah, fine. I'll meet you there later. I'm not sharing a boat with the likes of you.
Do as you wish.
Now then, is there anything else you wish to ask me?
Right! As Zhongli always told us, a good trade is a fair trade. Paimon has no idea what could be a good trade for a Gnosis.
Realistically speaking, there is no such thing.
Huh?
However, I am the god of contracts. For thousands of years, I have made countless contracts. If the deal was of no benefit, then I certainly would not be inclined to agree to it. My agreement with the Cryo-Archon will be the last of my contracts as the Geo-Archon. My contract to end all contracts. As for the bargaining chip that the Tsaritsa used to balance the scales, uncover that answer for yourself in your future journeys.
Today's the day of the rite of parting. Although the star of the show is fake, we spent so much time trying to organize it, it would be a real shame not to go there now.
Так, хорошо, поговорили мы с сеньорой, Чайлдом и Цзунли. Много чего узнали. Что не очень приятного, ну ладно. Вот он, паркур Геншин.
You know that god from the ocean couldn't have just shown up out of nowhere. I mean, it's been 2,000 years since Rex Lapis subdued it.
Yes, and to think that this happened right on the heels of the incident with Rex Lapis, too.
Say, do you think the person who assassinated our lord and released that evil god might have been one and the same?
Now that you mention it, that's very possible. Yes, it's very possible indeed. I mean, it all fits together. That person must have colluded with the evil god to harm Rex Lapis. Oh, that wicked black-hearted.
Здесь разные
Still, what sort
персонажи
of supernatural
переключаем.
prowess must this person possess to be able to do such things? I have...
Ah, forget it.
Как GTA 5.
Guessing's no use to us. Look, the Millilith over there looks like he's about to make an announcement.
Well, since we're going through with this rite of parting, I guess it means that those rumors hit the nail on the head.
So Rex Lapis is really... But they didn't catch the culprit, did they?
Oh, come on. Do you think that the assassin could have been a... There's only one real possibility in my mind. I've heard that the assassin...
The Fatui? They certainly are very suspicious. Who...
Shh! Lower your voice. If the Fatui catch you in their sights, Rex Lapis...
Hear ye all! The Chi sings, though a dragon soars ageless as the mountains, it too, gods and adepti live glorious lives. But both light and shadow have their
Хорошо,
seasons.
спасибо, и тебе тоже
So
удачи.
too must they face the rumors and hearsay abound on the streets that Rex Lapis was murdered. Having been thwarted in his trial, Rex Lapis's soul has... Nor are they to believe street-born rumors or indulge in baseless speculation.
Paimon needs a translation on what the cheese... So that's how they're spinning it. Something feels off. Why would they suddenly give up looking for the murderer? Could the Cheesing already have known that Rex Lapis wasn't dead? But Zhongli said that neither they nor the Adepti knew it. Did Zhongli tell them in secret after his
Спасибо, Челбой
gnosis
Медиа.
changed hands?
Спасибо огромное. За лайк спасибо.
Exactly, right? Ooh, seems like the rite of parting has been going on for a while now. Look, it's Ningguang and Kuching. Are they saying something? Are there speeches over?
As said previously, Rex Lapis's soul returning to the heavens is the end of the contract. And it is also the
3,700 years of contracts burnt and reduced to ash.
We, the people of Liyue, were indeed prosperous. But blinded by our prosperity, we forgot that time can be pitiful.
The long, unending dream of our Archon walking among us.
Now that we have awoken from our dream, we must learn to say farewell. Will you stand with us as we re-establish our contracts? As we build a new age of prosperity?
So concludes the words of Her Eminence the Tianquan. Does Her Eminence the Yuheng have anything to add?
Huh? Is she looking this way?
Traveler.
Yikes! She really is looking our way!
Is that the traveler who they say defeated the ancient god?
So young.
The Liyue Qixing always repay their debts. And as you have heard, name your price. You deserve
мило.
that much.
Кэцин тоже милашка, да.
Whoa!
Как и Ганюй.
Well, could you help me put up some missing person posters?
Это правильно. Уже вы... И Люмин не отходит от главной задачи найти брата. Нужно расклеить листовки. Так.
Roping you in was possibly the most masterful move we could have made.
Why, were you... If you were looking for some...
The cleanup of the premises, managing the crowds as they exit, making an account of the rite?
potions, thinking that they'll never. And here you are looking all relaxed.
Why would I not feel more at ease after laying down the burden? Right, if the two of you can spare the time.
Ha! That sounds like big talk, Zhongli.
You're right. I do lack the more.
But why would Morax lack?
As the Rex Lapis Morax, I can easily create Mora. When I was journeying with you, though I still had the Gnosis in hand.
Oh, no wonder. Paimon gets it now. You did, but since you weren't used to not being able to just make more.
Well, we were only spending Fatui money. In the City of Commerce, we do not merely exchange money or goods. The Archon Morax could never experience life. I will treasure the memories that I made as Zhongli. That is true. But there is no journey that does not end. No meetings without partings.
Paimon thinks that we should make a move and continue our search for the Seven.
I fear that continuing your journey may be difficult. Yes, the nation has been closed by order of its deity, the Electro-Archon Ball. And just as the people of Liyue preferred to call me...
Paimon thinks we've heard that one before.
That is the case. And since Raiden is also the Shogun of Inazuma,
That said, though people at the wharf were saying that the situation in Inazuma is very tense, Zhongli, since you're Rex Lapis, shouldn't you know something?
it's because of visions.
Visions?
When faced with circumstances beyond their control, humans... But if a person shows true strength of will at a desperate and fateful moment, this is what visions are. Magical
Uh-huh. That's how people in Teyvat see it.
But starting from last year, the right...
Vision Hunt Decree?
Yes. It was an order to seize all visions within...
They want to seize visions. But why? Aren't visions...
I should think that in the Raiden Shogun's eyes,
Whoa. That's...
the Animo Archon is the god of freedom, and the Geo Archon is the god of contract. The fact that even I, the oldest of the seven, have now passed. Knowing her, she must have again quoted that at 7 ideals for 7 gods. All right then. Was there anything else you wish to know? Well then, I suppose you'll have to find...
Понятно. Короче, следующие миссии нам только после 30-го ранга будут доступны. Ну, осталось немного подкопить. В принципе, сейчас будем фармить опыт для 30-го ранга.
I have gathered everyone here today to make an important announcement. Perhaps some of you will have heard the news already. I am, in fact, planning to
rebuild the Jade Chamber? That's a huge project!
So the rumors are true. No wonder the price of building materials has gone up so much lately.
The Jade Chamber means a lot to Lady Ningguang.
Lady Ningguang, is there any way we can be of service?
Patience. Since the news made it out a few days ago, I have already... Nevertheless, I do have a few matters I should like to entrust to you here today. The building site has been chosen, and most of the materials have been assembled. They are as follows: Sunset Vermilionite, Wonder Cores, and Adepti Sigils.
Excuse my ignorance, Lady Ningguang.
Only sufficiently large pieces of plastrite, or specifically, vermilionite, may earn themselves the Sunset moniker. This stone is what allows
Ребят,
the
всем
Jade
привет, кто
Chamber
зашел
to
на стрим,
float.
рад вас видеть.
Wonder Cores, meanwhile, are the
Прохожу
central
дальше
components of the
сюжетку
mechanical structure
Геншина.
of the Jade Chamber.
Если вы новые зрители, с вас подписка и лайк. Приятного просмотра.
Adepti sigils serve as a means of integrating the mechanical devices with Adepti. Although these 3 items are rare, I trust that with your connections and
Мишкуренко, по каким
capabilities,
таким
procuring them will
болотам
not be a
гулять
question of if,
очень затягивает?
but of when. I take the saying, time is money, more seriously than most. Efficiency is, you may ask me anything.
These things won't be easy to get hold of. But if it means it...
Then it's the deal of a lifetime. Information from late...
Haha, what a coincidence. I won't divulge too much.
No. We better move quickly.
Ningguang's rebuilding the Jade Chamber? This is a huge deal! Let's get involved!
So you heard my announcement, did you? What do you think? Interested? Yes. Providing the question pertains to something I am knowledgeable about.
Really? Ooh, then Paimon will ask you about how to run a business!
Ладно, обязательно нужно найти, помимо других миссий.
Then we'll never be short of Mora ever again.
Of course. But how much information I share with you will depend on your performance. The construction of the Jade Chamber requires a great deal of space. The abandoned mine... I have other business to attend to now. Otherwise, remember, this is a race against...
Ningguang seems super busy. Come on! First we gotta get out of Eugene Terrace. Huh? Look! It seems like...
Ma'am, you seem like an eminent and distinguished young lady to me. I can see that you're easily gonna win this procurement contest Lady Ningguang has set up. As it happens, we have some information about the materials that I really think might interest you. Come on, let's find somewhere a little more private.
No, I don't need it.
Ну это Шинхе.
Don't be like that. Hey, why don't you stand there? After her!
Oh, right, yeah.
Did you hear that? They said they had some useful information! Information's just what we need right now. Let's follow them and see what we can find out.
Вот по заданиям. Так. Том 2 пролог. Второй. Если получится, то можно будет и не качивать 30 ранг, а дальше проходить, если доступно. Где наблюдательный пункт у нас? Все, понятно.
Well, will you? Don't worry, we're not bad guys. You give us some Mora, we give you a little info.
Boss, I got a bad feeling about this. Look at her, the white hair, the energy she gives off. I'm telling you, there's something different about her.
So what? She's loaded. How are we ever going to repay those gambling debts if we just let money walk away from us, huh?
Да, я не понимаю, с кем они связались.
I've already told you. I don't need your information. If you still can't grasp that,
Сейчас она
I'm
мне
happy to
Лейна
repeat it
дает
in a way that...
Come on, ma'am. You seem like an intelligent lady. It's not about whether you need the info or not, okay?
I won't...
No more excuses! Yeah, I saw you. Strolling into Leo Lee Pavilion, ordering a table full of food, and only taking a... Then Shinue kiosk, then Wanmin restaurant. Same story. How could you afford to be so wasteful if you weren't from a rich family? And since you're so...
Master warned me not to lay a hand on anyone, but here we are. Perhaps... yes. Let's call it fate.
Boss, I'm telling you, something's
Ну да,
not
до перу
right.
до вас, что она это необычная.
What are you afraid of? We're just selling information. It's not illegal. If she lays a finger on us, all the better. We'll sue her for everything she's worth.
Oh,
Все
you
стали
again.
стражей, хорошо. Правильно.
What are the Millilith doing here? Did you do this? You ought to mind your own business. I swear.
Silence!
Все,
How
все,
dare
хорош
you threaten
вонять, все
innocent
тебя заберут.
civilians? You're coming with us.
Да, да, давай, давай.
Don't be angry, sir.
Shenhe,
Шенхэ.
Shenhe?
my name.
Oh, so your name's Shenhe. Paimon's name is, well, Paimon. And this is Paimon's travel buddy.
Oh, I've heard about you two before. Thank you for helping to defuse the situation. I could have dealt with it myself, though. I suspect smashing his head against the ground a handful of times.
You can't do that. This is Liyue Harbor. There are laws against that kind of stuff.
Laws?
Да, она же скоро спустилась. Законы она знает.
No, apparently not.
Really? So how exactly?
That would be my stomach
Да,
growling.
проголодалась.
I haven't eaten enough.
Сейчас она попросит нас накормить ее 100%.
She's so honest. Wait, that's right. They said you went around all the restaurants, and of course you're still hungry.
Chingson, glaze lily, violet grass. These are my usuals. Medicinal herbs?
Kinda hard to explain. Anyway, Boo Boo Pharmacy's not far away. After all, you can't work.
Не, Паймон сама инициативу проявила. Накормить Шинке.
Do you think Shenhe might be an adeptus?
Почему бы и нет?
Seems like it's her first time in Liyue Harbor, and she doesn't seem to get
Раз
how
милашка
things
проголодалась,
work.
почему бы не накормить?
If she is an adeptus, that would explain.
Are you here to buy some herbs? I do hope you brought...
Chingson, glaze lily, and violet grass, please. Half a pound of each.
What kind of prescription is this? Sounds more like a lunch order. Oh, here you go. That's everything we have in
Так
stock.
и есть, она-то кушать будет.
Thank you.
Наложил, конечно, и кучу.
She's really.
My hunger has now abated. Rather awful. Though they were not completely devoid of sweet fragrance. After consuming a...
So, how can you chow down on these and barely touch the restaurant food?
Ну, потому что она, если я читал предысторию, жила, жила в горах. И это так. Вот. И привыкла есть травы.
If Paimon had enough Mora, Paimon would go to the fanciest restaurant in town.
Because I'm not sure whether I will remain here in the future. The food of the mortal realm is
Это
most
полезная
delicious.
пища.
But should I
ЗОЖ.
return to the mountains,
Травы.
yearning for the food here, sampling each dish in order to
Vegan.
appreciate its taste is enough.
Return to the mountains.
Enough about me. What are your plans from here?
Oh, right! Paimon almost forgot! We came out to take part in the reboot, and And now we're probably super behind
I see. I heard something about.
Yep! You get to ask Ningguang any question you want if you win! Were you interested in the contest too, Shenhe?
I came for the rebuilding of the Jade Chamber, but until this point However, you have shown me your kindness, and I would now like to lend you my assistance.
Wow! You really don't have to, but having an Adeptus help out will make things a whole lot easier.
Then let's not delay. I have a plan.
Great! Paimon bets this is gonna be the awesomest plan!
I am not sure whether, or to what extent, this plan can be. We simply need to dispose of everyone.
Veto! That is not acceptable!
Really? But I hear that competition is in essence about.
Look, we want to win this competition fair and square. Oh, Sunset Vermilionite, Wonder Cores, and Adepti Sigils.
I was wondering who I could hear arguing over there. So, it's you.
Baiju? What are you doing out here?
Lady Ningguang wishes to purchase a large batch of wound dressing. We're running low at the store, so I came out to fetch the ingredients personally.
Huh? How come Lady Ningguang needs so much wood?
I'm not too sure. I did hear she's looking to rebuild the Jade Chamber. Maybe for its first aid on site? I didn't ask them. Oh, and she also borrowed Chi-Chi. Meaning Boo Boo Pharmacy is very short-handed right now.
No, we've got other stuff to do. While you're here though, you seem to know a lot.
Ah, the variety of plostrite used in the Jade Chamber. As far as the records show, virtually all Sunset...
Okay then, let's go ask at the Feiyun Commerce Guild. Thanks, Baiju.
You're quite welcome.
Да, бесшкуренко, а человек-анекдот здесь. Уже не раз заходит в чат, сказать, поострить своими шутками и анекдотами. Вот у нас главный комик в чате. Ребят, всем привет, кто зашел на стрим, спасибо за лайки, за подписку. Приятного просмотра.
Master Xingqiu, thank goodness you're finally back.
Oh? Why do I detect an urgency in—
The guild has had a whole string of strange orders in recent. Your father gave me specific instructions to ask you to stay and help out if I happen to see you.
I see. Have
Да,
someone
вот,
sort—
Games поддержит атмосферу
Master.
татар. Да,
Xingqiu, glad you're
это
here.
точно.
We want to ask you for some information.
Traveler, Paimon, please wait a moment. Shu, I need to entertain some guests. Please
Understood, Master Xingqiu. Then I will leave you in peace.
I wasn't counting on finding you here today. What's going on? And—
Xingqiu, have you ever heard of Sunset Vermilionite?
Oh, I see. So you've entered Lady Ningguang's
As well? Do you mean...
The truth is, the Feiyun Commerce Guild is in possession of some Sunset Vermilionite, but only one piece. We are holding it on behalf of someone who has asked us to put it up for auction. And at the end of the day, it all comes down to supply and demand. In this case, I'm guessing the final transaction—
500 million?!
Honestly, I would recommend that you don't bother bidding—
But without any Sunset Vermilionite...
Don't panic. I don't suppose you ever heard of Sea Gazer?
Who?
Oh, Sea Gazer was once very close to Mountain Shaper, but if I am not mistaken, he has already passed away.
Yes, precisely. I didn't know anyone else knew about him. According to records of drifting clouds, Sea Gazer after Sea Gazer passed, the abode was abandoned. Luckily, I came into possession of a stack of folk history books just recently. They make some oblique—
That's great! But is it really okay for it? Wouldn't it be a little, you know...
You needn't worry. As far as I...
Open-minded. I have not heard of Sea Gazer being described in this way before. May I ask where you read that?
Just a rumor I heard out in the mountains. All right then, let's go.
There's something about this young lady that reminds me of a good... Oh, I almost forgot. Adepti abodes tend to have very ingenious designs, especially when it comes to their defense mechanisms. Plus...
Okay, we will be. Thanks, Xingqiu.
А, точно, я что телепорт не открыл, блин. Ладно, придется так бежать.
This is a peaceful neighborhood.
О, 6 лайков уже, спасибо, ребят. Спасибо за лайки, очень рад. Спасибо огромное.
If this rain keeps up, my fur will be dripping wet. Many people dread the sound of
шторм
thunder.
начался.
To me, it sounds fondly familiar.
Опа, сундук.
Show them. Emerge, right now. Well, what do we have here? Is that all? Come on out.
My apologies. Yeah! around here, but Paimon doesn't see anything.
This place was hidden using a special Adepti art. But now that I have removed it, we can inspect the area more closely.
Wow, that's amazing! Yep, let's take another look around. Hey, look! Is that a new Sealy over there?
Надо их догонять, мне кажется. Да, она следует за феей.
The Sealy got to here and then disappeared. Should we go? What? Weren't we at a waterfall just now? How did we set? Oh, so many clouds.
I believe this is the abode of that adept. With any luck, the sunset Vermilionite we're looking for.
Really? Let Paimon see. Look, and now that Paimon takes a closer look,
These are not real clouds. They are the product of an... If we want to go down, we must first destroy the mechanism that is maintaining the Adepti art.
all right, then let's do it.
I sense the presence of monsters in this place. I don't know where they are hiding.
Вау, тут так красиво вообще. Классно. Из Шинке поиграем.
Obey! Manifest! Shoo! My will embodied! Transfiguration! Emerge!
Show them.
А, то есть, который сверху там, да, получается? А, все вижу, все понятно. Спасибо. Дошкуренко. Сказал. Я вижу все.
Unleash! Manifest!
Спасибо. Спасибо за подсказку. Воздушный поток у нас какой-то. Ага, все. Без Шкуренко. Ну ладно. Буду так. Буду правильно называть ее. Хорошо, хорошо, я запомнил. Ладно. Буду правильно ударение ставить. Хорошо. Сайзак, привет, спасибо, что зашел на стрим, рад тебя здесь видеть. Как видишь, продолжаю иметь Геншин. Тебе классный персонаж, я хочу ее выбить. Буду ждать с ней баннер, когда раз. Опа. Сайзак, спасибо за лайк. Спасибо огромное. Сейчас все такого не улетал вообще. Ну так-то она мощная.
The core of the mechanism is exposed. Now's our chance.
Take flight! Kami-san's art! Sumetsu!
Time for retribution! Ha! Ha! Yeah! Yeah! Ha!
Whoa! We're gonna fly!
Wow.
The fun is over. Is everyone okay? Look! The ceiling has disappeared beneath the clouds again!
Ничего страшного. Я еще
It looks like we need to go further down.
часа 2 или
But
час
before that,
быстрее.
let's destroy the guard mechanisms
Так
on
что
this
ничего
level
такого
first.
ты не пропустил. Там эпик. Ах. Тихо, Барбара, давай. Можно.
Obey! Manifest! Unleash!
Господи, чудо.
Obey!
Так, Барбара на все подфилить.
Come on! We can do it!
Right
Только я
now,
и-
emerge.
Не, Шинхей это пробник дали. Сейчас миссия. Так, новых персов пока нет. Я сейчас прямо гемы больше коплю. Ух ты ж, блин. Фига он мощный. Так, кто убегает уже. Сейчас я больше прямо гемы коплю, чтобы это... Если вышел какой-нибудь баннер, который мне понравится, чтобы потом выбил персонажа. Отходим.
Where did I go wrong?
Конечно, шоки где.
My apologies.
Ну, заморозка его.
Embrace the ice. Yeah. Take flight. Unthinkable. My apologies.
Show them. Right here.
Или конечно установить.
Right now.
I'll protect us. Let the show begin.
Немножко подхилю Шинхе. Шинхе.
Cryo incarnate. Unleash.
Блин, только не он, я как знал. Только не это что даю, да. Ребят, всем привет, кто зашел на стрим, рад вас видеть. Прохожу Геншин. Нельзя что ли крылья открыть? Алло.
Luckily, there is a pool of water at the bottom. Otherwise, that could have ended very differently.
Выделюка бы подхилить. Вы никак.
Let's catch up with it.
А, это что за какие-то лазеры, как будто бы миссия невыполнима, блин. Оу. Привет. Включила лучше.
Different about this stone wall. Let's take a closer look.
Так, куда нам дальше? Сюда. Окей. А, это типа лабиринта такого, да? Сложновато. Дальше нельзя никак. А, можно все двигать. Понятно. Так, вот лучше я подхилюсь.
I'll protect us.
Горилл. не убили всех сразу.
Let the show begin.
А Делюка нечем воскрешать, у меня это нет еды вообще. И все, у меня тут кончилось. В том-то и дело, что нечем. Придется так играть. Ой-ой-ой, 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 сколько их. Ой-ой-ой. Бегаем, 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 бегаем. Дофига
Right
вот
here. Come on out.
Да еще какая беда.
Right now.
Сайзек. Ганг, когда Маш, да? Где он? Куда ты засранец убежал, а? Я все догоню. Мудила.
Manifest! Unleash!
Right here. Nothing lasts forever.
Как хорошо ульта есть у Барбара такая, что всех подсилит.
Whirling snow! Kamisato art! Sumetsu! Yeah! Ha!
Obey! Take your true form!
Только вот не это чудо.
Manifest! By ordinance divine! Unleash! Obey! Manifest!
Это уже очко какое-то пошло. Жесть. Ребят, тише. Алло, не, только не самонаводящийся. Это жестко реально. Сайзек самый эпик попал. Стрима. Вот самый этот пошел махач.
Let's dance.
А спринтовать на какую-то отдельную комбинацию клавиш или как, Сайзек? Расскажи. Или просто отдвигать.
Let the show begin.
И твари где-то здесь.
Unleash! You will regret this! Shoo!
Ой, ну ж меня сейчас зажмут, а. Ай, зажали, гады. Зажали, гады. Так. А, все, я вижу, спасибо. На, подлечиться.
Let's dance.
Шахи хорошо их дамажит, так что она здесь самая такая драгоценная в данном моменте. А так, спасибо, Сайзек, за совет.
Let the show begin.
Ну, сейчас я попробую так спринтовать. Вот, допустим, вот. А, вот, ну да, вот бок встал, спринтанул. Вот бок встал, спринтанул. Или вот так, раз. Ну, побежал. Хорош, спасибо. Хороший совет. Круто. Так, звуки клавиатуры вам не сильно слышны, потому что микрофон у меня находится прям близко к клавиатуре. У меня просто на подставке стоит. Вот. Шумоподавление вроде как включил в OBS. Скажите, пожалуйста, как вообще? Не сильно ли вам мешает клавиатура звуки? Как вообще еще вот такой вопрос тут же задам. Сайза, как у вас вообще по погоде? Тепло, холодно? То есть, как бы неприятно. То есть, все равно шумоподавление не помогает. То есть, клава сильно требещет, да? Просто я же о ваших ушках тоже беспокоюсь. Или как бы, чтобы вам не надоедало. Вот трещание клавиатуры частое. Вот. Шахи же, ну чё, точно. Ладно, погнали. Где они? Где? Слушай, повезло вам. Знаешь, сколько у меня градусов в городе? В данный момент минус 32, по ощущениям минус 38. Да, на Урале сейчас холода начались. Жесть. Просто на улице, ну, очень тяжело находиться.
In your dreams.
Тихо, тихо, тихо.
Manifest.
А где второй-то? А, вон он приходит. А, вот спринтанул, хорошо. Так, это разбирать. Не-не-не, они реально жесткие какие-то типы. Ребята жесткие. Не вот этот ракетами не закурил, который там. Как же они меня бесят, эти, блин. Не задень, не задень, не задень, не задень. У меня восстанавливаться нечем же, у меня хавки нет. Так. Давай. Ну, скинь мне, пожалуйста, в ЛС, я после стрима веду. Конечно, херчу, точно.
Let the show begin.
Побольше бы зрителей бы еще на стрим. То вроде бы как стрим вылетает, рекомендация.
Manifest.
Ну, ты ж мне по рекомендации нашел. Сейчас я уже не смогу как бы сменить отряд и лучника поставить. Здесь смогу. Нет, отмена нет. Да, не смогу как поставить.
I'll protect us.
Ну а так тоже спасибо за совет. Запомню, что обездвиживать можно или как-то временно парализовать стражу, если в глаз ему попал. Блин, нельзя просто сразу взять и вылечить хотя бы наполовину. Я так сейчас долго буду. Хотя может там сейчас страж и захилился еще.
Let's dance.
Там до 11к восстановлюсь. Потому что домашний он будет жестко. Здесь? Да? А, слышу, да, я его слышу. Мне вот что-то Шинке захотелось выбить. Но неизвестно, когда она вообще будет. Когда с ней баннер будет. Она же, кстати, прикольная. Мне понравился. Как и по боевке, так и сама по себе. А, не можешь кинуть ЛС. А почему? Типа тебя нет ВК? Ну ты можешь написать здесь, как бы я потом прочитаю, просто запись чата ведется. Спасибо. Позже веду. Спасибо огромное. А, у тебя нет ВК? Ну, многие сейчас, да, на Телеграм переходят. Или ты больше в телеге сидишь? Скажи, пожалуйста.
Let the show begin.
Погнали, короче. Жать уже не хочу. Не захилился. Ну, давай. Этого стража уничтожим, блин. Наконец-то. Если он что не взорвется после того, как упал. Так, и последний остался, второй, где-то он там ходит. Я уж его не уничтожу все же. Погнали на него. Давай.
Manifest! Unleash!
До 9 декабря. ПМСК. То есть я еще успею вести. Потому что у меня уже сколько по времени. Погоди, посмотрю, сколько у меня по времени. Секунду. Так, у меня по времени уже полночь. То есть у меня уже 9 декабря. Давай, утони иностранца. Подкилиться немножко. Музыка такая приятная вообще. Прям нравится вообще. Вообще сама по себе Genshin офигенная игра. Поверс молодцы. Такую классную игру создали. Играть одно удовольствие. В Ханкай еще вот не пробовал играть. Но в плане Ханкай Старейл проходить. Я вступительную заставку посмотрел. И все. Дальше не стал проходить, нужно будет пройти. Потому что игрушка тоже годная и сейчас популярная. Так. Ладно, погнали. Если никто не выпрыгнет сейчас. Давай, быстрее. Все, есть, наконец-то. Я уже думал, вот такой-то главный босс зашевелился. Сейчас просто на выход. Так, следуем за феей.
Look over there! Could that be the sunset vermilionite?
Мне по боевке мне понравилось, кстати, Шинхея. Очень приятно играть за этого персонажа. Нужно будет ее выбить потом. Мне понравился. Боев.
Is this it? Is this the sunset vermilion? It's so huge!
Секунду. Сейчас чат прочитаю, кое-что пролистну. Хорошо. Такс. Ну, у вас... так, у вас получается... Так, а ты с какого региона вообще? Ну, в России. Если у вас, по сути, на 3 часа разница от моего времени. Плюс 3.
That's true, but then again,
Без Шкуренко.
Prostrate doesn't float until it's activated. It may look different from most ordinary stones, but it weighs around the same amount. Only after being activated does Prostrate reveal its true nature.
Wow, Shenhe, you seem to know everything about this.
Only because my master is fond of chatting about these things. The moment, I don't care for her stories most of the time.
Hold on a sec. Paimon just realized something.
Ничего себе. Достаточно мощный меч. Раз 25 урона наносит. Нормально, нормально так. А, ты не с России? А с Европы? Так. Ну, как вообще этот меч где выбить? Как он называется? То есть его нужно выбивать через обычный баннер или через инвентный? Ну, то есть, который... Как называется правильно? Да. Баннер инвента, да. Так вот. А, стоп, он у тебя уже, получается, есть, да, этот меч? А, все, понял, хорошо.
Don't worry. I can handle the weight quite easily.
Ну, можешь не говорить. А, все, понял, хорошо. То есть через этот баннер можно выбить данный меч, запомню. Ну там, да, бывает годнота такая выпадает. Из разного оружия. Вот. Ну, можешь не говорить, откуда ты без Шкуренко? В принципе, мне не так важно. Самое главное, что ты меня смотришь, ставишь лайки и поддержишь стримы и самого стримера меня.
Please don't worry.
Также наслаждаешься данным контентом.
Must be highly valuable. I will be my safety.
That's right. Paimon's sure you can handle it. You gotta be extra careful when lifting heavy objects. It's just common sense.
Все, понял, хорошо.
Is it now? Well then, I'll go on ahead with the
Если буду баннер крутить, надеюсь, мне выпадет такой меч на 25 урона. Вау, вот это сундучище. Так, выбрать. Куда нам выйти? Отсюда? Ну все, подземелье. Подземелье, точнее. А, вот точку, кстати, активируем. Потом удобнее будет телепортироваться. 10 примагемов или сколько там? 5 примагемов собрать с точки. Телепортация. Так, где эта точка? А, вот как. То есть это не зависит от меча, да? понятно, то есть тут больше как бы играет роль артефакты. Понятно. Чем круче артефакты, тем лучше. Ну и меч тоже как бы комбинации такой вот хорошо наносит. Начинает хорошо наносить урон. Понятно. Мгм. Ну, меч тоже, да, то есть как такая вот комбинация всего этого. Мгм, это да, согласен. То есть комбинировать артефактами и меч, и вот это все вместе получается сила. Вот.
Oh my god, I can't believe my eyes.
How can she lift that
Ну, это
massive rock all
понятно,
by
да.
herself? She's gotta
Характеристики
be one of those
многое
adepti,
что
surely.
значит. Это понятно.
Oh, mighty Adeptus, please give me your blessing so that in the coming year I may.
This is top tier in size and quality, and the condition it's in is quite simply immaculate. Congratulations.
Ну,
This item is approved for
потом еще
submission.
после стрима посижу, посмотрю, как что, гайды какие-нибудь. Ну, в принципе, я и пытаюсь разбираться в Геншине.
I'm going to award you full marks for the Sunset Vermilionite item.
My name isn't important. I'm not even here to compete.
Ну, твои советы, Сайзек, ТВ я запомню.
I was just delivering this for some other people.
Спасибо
They should be here
большое.
any minute now.
Shenhua and Ningguang's little helper.
Ah, so you're the ones behind this. But I have to correct you on one point. It's not helper.
Okay then, Miss Secretary, what do you...
In truth, it is the finest piece of plustrite we have received so far. If everything goes according to plan, we will use this piece in the foundation of the Jade Chamber. As a side note, Lady Ningguang has rented some dwellings in the nearby area to serve as accommodations for... Now, please excuse me. As you can see...
Shenhua, just now on the way over, pretty much
Oh, really?
What kind of reaction is that? So strict. Whenever Paimon gets praised, Paimon...
I've had similar compliments before. They call me an Adeptus, treat me with great deference and respect, as if I'm set apart from the common folk.
Yeah, 'cause that's how Adepti are. At least the ones we've met are pretty unique and reclusive, too. Way different than normal people.
But I am not...
Shenhua?
I'm fine. I've been exerting myself quite a lot ever since we set foot...
Well, Byron said that there are...
No need. I simply need to find myself...
You can't do that. It's dangerous out in the wild on your own. When you're hungry, you go eat something tasty.
Okay.
Great! Now we're talking. Let's...
Hi there. Checking in, are we? You're just in time. We only have 2 rooms left. Since this was chosen as the building site for the new Jade Chamber, we've had a constant... So, business is booming for me today. Very few vacancies.
Great!
One of your rooms is still being cleaned. I guess it should be ready within the hour. Here are your keys. All right. Hope you...
Shenhe, you should go get some rest. What? Paimon's gonna go see if there's anything good to eat around here. Let's buy one for Shenhe, too. She can have...
All right. If you need anything, don't hesitate to disturb me. See you tomorrow.
Hey, isn't that Cloud Retainer? What's she doing here? Let's go and say hi.
Сторожит она Шенхе, или точнее сторожит Шенхе, хранитель облаков. Ведь хранитель облаков вроде наставник Шенхе.
One trusts you have met
Да, это
Shenhe.
она.
So far, so good. Yeah. So, you know...
Naturally. Save for Ganyu, who spends the majority of her time in Liu.
Cool. So, what's her? Calling her Shenhe feels kind of friendly, but also kind of...
Her Adeptus name. Why, pray tell, would Shen...
Don't all Adepti...
On this latter point, you are correct.
Oh, right. What? You knew already?
Do you mean to say that she... Ah, yes. One first found Shen inside was Shenhe, then aged around 6 years old. In her hand, she held a dagger with which she was confronting a monster that was the god's remains incarnate.
That sounds so...
When one arrived, she had already been locked in confrontation with this monster for several days. That she was able to endure such terrible danger was due not only to her strong willpower, but one dealt with the monster, yet she still refused to lower her guard. She even pointed her dagger in one's direction and remained ready to...
In other words, if you hadn't passed by that day...
Not necessarily. Upon one's arrival, one could sense that the god's wrath was gradually receding.
That's still so dangerous, though. Why was a tiny little kid battling against the wrath of a
Да
god in
вообще,
the first
что
place?
есть? Бедная Шенхе. Трудное детство у нее было.
Alas, the mortal world is rife with suffering of every kind. And she had experienced her fair share of this, even at a tender... Indeed, it is one to whom she refers. Shenhe has an extraordinary constitution, making her well adapted to practicing the Adepti arts. However, her homicidal urges did not subside with age. Mooncarver once performed a divination for her. He declared that her fate is to bear... Red ropes have indeed served to keep her calmer and more content. They also seem to have rendered her... It is only by fate that people's paths may cross. Now that Shenhe's path has crossed with yours.
Oh, now Paimon gets it. You came out here to check up on Shenhe.
Huh. You dare draw such a facile conclusion on the nature of one's present excursion? Incorrect. Ningguang once made a bold assertion that this is to be the era of the contract between Liyue and the If she handles it admirably, one is willing to be a witness to her achievements. Let us conclude our conversation here for today. One has occupied enough of your time, and night is approaching.
So, Shenhe isn't an Adeptus after all. She just grew up around the Adepti.
Так, нам нужно дождаться следующего
She
дня.
doesn't like being treated as an Adeptus. Having everyone falling over themselves to show their respect all the time must be kind of hard to deal with.
Напомните, какая здесь кнопка, чтобы это... Как бы, типа, ожидание. Вот в Fallout есть, типа, ожидать или там где-то спать. А здесь как? Здесь надо кровать искать, чтобы поспать. Это так тоже понимаю, да? Так, ладно, сейчас сам посмотрю настройку, как кнопки спринт. А, вот все вижу время, да. Так, ага. А, все, спасибо, ребят, все вижу. Ну, как-то так вот. Ждать. Собачки миленькие. А, далеко же надо было останавливать, точно. И вовсе бегаю. Так, надо еды надо туда пить.
Hey, so Shenhua.
Два оборота.
Master has relayed my situation to you, I take it.
Oh? How did you know?
Подслушал.
I'd intended to wait until you came back before going to sleep, but I didn't hear you come in.
Понятно. Хорошо, я запомню, что может два оборота на часах делать.
I was worried that something may have happened to you, so I went outside to check
Спасибо
and
за
caught
совет.
sight of my master. On top of this, you have been acting very strangely around me this morning, causing me to suspect that my master must have told you everything about me. After all, Master is...
Sorry, Shenhua. Paimon had you down as an...
It's okay. I don't mind. The fault is mine for not explaining everything to you sooner, because in my experience trying to Still, though you mistook me for an Adeptus, you never treated me as distant and unapproachable. Instead, For this, I am very grateful indeed.
Ты ее тронула. Как мило.
To be fair, we've met our fair... Anyway, now it's settled. From now on, you're our...
Got it. Although I don't know quite what it
Great! Well, now that we're all rested up, we should start... But before we do that, let's go to the building site and ask Ningguang's little helper how the progress is. After all, Sunset Vermilionite is so rare. Paimon doubts... Oh, and another thing. We bought some grilled chicken drumsticks on the way back last night. There was a place just outside. Here's one for you, Shenhua. Try it! They're so good.
I concur. It has a rich flavor, far more agreeable than those I've cooked for myself in the wilderness in the past.
Look! The Jade Chamber is floating into the sky! But it seems to be tied down by something.
That's because it's not finished.
Hey, Byron! And hey! People, Paimon...
Given the enormous scale of the Jade Chamber, we split the construction work into 2 phases. Before we find some suitable plastrite, we build the Jade Chamber's keel at ground level. Once the plastrite is ready, we place it into the keel and let the partially constructed Jade Chamber. The remainder of the construction work is then carried out at that altitude.
Miss Bywin, we've brought some new materials to submit.
One moment, I'll be right there. The construction work has only been able to progress this rapidly thanks to the plastrite provided by you. Lady Ningguang is most grateful and looks forward to seeing more of your work.
Wow, can't believe you sourced the plastrite so quickly. It's the key piece of the puzzle. Wait, I know you. You're the one who fought against the Fatui and Osile. Pleased to meet you. I'm Beidou, captain of the Crux.
Кстати, Бэйдоу есть.
Beidou? Are you here to join the Jade Chamber contest too?
Sure am. I happen to get my hands on a chunk of Sunset Vermilion.
Huh. So even though it's rare,
Oh, I've got some introductions to do. This is the renowned Miss Yun, or Yunjin.
Greetings.
These two are Paimon and the Traveler. I'm sure you've heard of them before. And
Shenhe. I am there.
good to meet you. Well, from today, Miss Yun is also here for the contest. Turns out she needed to borrow a boat, so...
It's an honor to finally meet you both. I've heard much about you. Miss Shenhe, though we are, to be honest with you all, I am in great need of this.
Wow. So...
Excuse me for prying, Miss Shenhe, but...
No, I don't have any questions for Ningguang. I just want...
In that case, I have a proposal to make. Lady Ningguang said that the first 3 contestants, instead of competing against each other, we could work together.
Sounds great, but...
I think the plastrite was the most difficult item to source by a long shot. How'd I do? Is that what you had in mind?
Precisely.
Huh.
Okay then. All right, I'll go first. I have some leads on these wonder core. From what I've heard, the core itself is really not that difficult to make. The hard part is getting hold of the ore used as raw materials. I'm gonna head back to the ship and ask Suling if he's heard of them. You guys...
Мангейм слил катку в CS2. Ну, бывает.
We will head into town and seek advice from Master Zhang of Hanfeng's Iron.
Wonderful. We'll split into teams then, and whoever makes progress first brings all of us a step closer to victory.
Ну, наверное, еще 10 минут постримлю и стрим заканчиваю.
I'm gonna take off. See you later.
Okay, let's go! By the way, what question are you gonna ask?
I'm looking for a venue to host the performance of our new...
Ooh, what's the opera called?
The opera is a labor of love by... It's called... The...
Так, нам нужно сейчас у мастера Джана спросить о ядрах чудес. О чудесных ядрах там надо спросить. Я не буду бежать, я лучше телепортируюсь.
Ah, hello. Are you here for something off the shelf?
Excuse me, Master Zhang. We were wondering if you'd heard of something called...
Of course I have. Sorry.
My name is Yunjin. Perhaps you don't know me, but I believe that you forged some weaponry for my father in the past.
Yunjin? Stage use? Oh, sorry. My brain's finally caught up. It's not used to doing much. So, you're here to ask about wonder cores, huh? As it happens, the types of ore needed to make wonder cores are a little hard to come by. Lady...
No, we were gonna ask you what kinds of ore we need.
Sure. Well, you'll need 2 kinds. If I remember correctly, Lady Ningguang sourced her Star Splinter iron from the Mount Tian. It could take some work, but if you stick with it, you'll find some eventually. As for the Subrosium, though, I'm really not sure. Sorry. What I've heard is that the people around Mount... Of course, it's probably just hearsay. If you want my advice, start by looking for...
Mount Tianheng.
Interestingly enough, the story of the divine damsel of devastation. I hear the view there is quite spectacular. A favorite destination of the Adepti, in fact. Perhaps it can give me some inspiration. Let's not...
Ну что ж, ребят, на этом закончим. Точнее, закончу стрим. С вами был Easy One. Всем удачи, всем пока. Спасибо, что смотрели. Спасибо, что ставили лайки. Ну и подписывались на канал. Всем удачного дня, вечера, ночи. Всем удачи, всем пока. До скорой встречи, ребят.